I'm unboxing a craft supply collection that could fill an entire craft supply store. Literally. Let's open bin number 45. All right, this is going to be a fun one. I see a mix of a lot of different things here, including workable fixative. No idea what that does. Protects pencils, pastel, and chalk drawings and prevents smudging and wrinkling. Well, it says right on the bottle. There's some wooden stamps. We haven't come across too many of these yet. Definitely a lot of clear and cling ones, but there's a giant drawer cart thing full of wooden stamps, so that will be like a whole video on its own. And for anyone new here, my name is Stephanie. I own a secondhand art and craft supply shop in Tampa Bay, Florida called Bottom of the Bin, and our customers can trade in supplies they no longer want for store credit. That way we can keep art affordable and accessible to all in our community. It's a great way to reuse what's already here. I have no idea what this is. Oh, this is a scrub rubber stamp cleaner by Stampendous. That's kind of interesting. But we recently bought an 80-year-old lady's entire collection of craft supplies, and oh my gosh, she was using this lint brush to pick up pieces of paper and cardstock, little scraps. But yeah, we bought an 80-year-old lady's entire collection of craft supplies spanning over 5 rooms. It is quite a collection, and we're opening it one bin at a time. Finding all sorts of treasures like this ring sizer. This looks, it has to be vintage, right? That has to be vintage. Man, always something new and exciting in here. Now this is a slow dry blending medium from Liquitex. We have a soluble matte varnish for acrylics, some white acrylic gesso. I don't think that's still good, but not quite sure. There is some floating medium. Don't even know what floating colors means, but that's what it says it does. 2 of those. And some perm enamel surface conditioner. There's some ultra thick embossing enamel, some glue sticks. We just had like a whole bin full of glue, so this is giving me flashbacks. Some Boss Gloss embossing ink. Masking tape always comes in handy. An alcohol container. Oh yeah, I think they're the ones where you like press down and it comes up like in a little cotton ball or something. There's some Martha Stewart glass paint frost, very interesting, and some sponges. Now, if y'all aren't local, don't worry. We do have an eBay store as well, so you can shop that selection at bottomofthebin.com. There is a link. And if you're watching on Facebook or Instagram, we have the full version videos on YouTube and TikTok. Search for Bottom of the Bin or go to our website for a link there as well. Oh my gosh, this is a colorless art masking fluid for watercolor. It definitely looks like it's seen better days. I'm really hoping some of this stuff is so good. Someone did tell me that a lot of the glued stuff doesn't really go bad, but I don't know from personal experience. So fingers crossed. We do have a testing station in our store though, so people can make sure that things work before they take them home. Disposable micro applicators. I don't know what she was using that for. And a cute little tray that says, "It's good to be home." This is a Liquitex Professional Whimsical Creations, materials and project ideas for color design and acrylic ink. Okay, not quite sure what exactly that is, but looks interesting. And speaking of interesting, there is a little Bob hiding in the bin with a bunch of markers. Oh my gosh, there's like a ton of markers in here. Bob, are you telling me you want to pick up a coloring hobby? Because I think that would be great for you. We're gonna have to get him like a little tiny set of little baby markers. I think that'll work great. Bunch of little candle holders. I honestly use things like this for watercoloring, but yeah, sure someone will have a good use for these. Watercolor gum. Definitely a ton of different mediums in here, including a Liquitex matte medium and an art masking fluid. This seems to have just a bunch of different paper shapes, maybe some scraps. It says that there is some ovals in here. Yeah, just some little cutouts. I don't know if these are from a paper punch or a die cutting machine, but lots of little goodies for our scrapbooking friends. Okay, I gotta uncover these markers because they're way down there. That is spilling. More embossing powder, maybe? I don't know. It says UTE, but a lot of these have been full of embossing powder. This one appears to have glitter and a little tiny spoon taped to it. Okay, that's kind of smart. That way you can scoop up your glitter. We have some gloss and medium varnish. Did we finally find the watercolor? Nicholson's Peerless Watercolor Self-Blending Colors. But there's not watercolor in here. There's like brushes. Hold on. Let's get a better look. No, it is. It is. Oh my gosh, hold on. It's like those samples like we found in that giant book. So apparently these can still be used to pick up watercolor. So it's not really like a palette. I mean, it is, but it's like a flat palette. I don't know. Pretty interesting. It looks pretty old too. I don't know if I should test some of these or just assume they work, but yeah, there is a ton of different colors in here. Looks like lots of pinks and maybe browns. And there's, wow, look at that sky blue. Hold on, I have to test these. I have to see if this works still. I got a little bit of water here and a paintbrush. And oh my gosh, it is. It's literally picking up color. Hold on a second. I have a little scrap piece of cardstock here. Oh my gosh, look. Oh, okay, that is super cool. It looks like there's a few more sheets in there of different colors, so I'll take a look at that. I assume that's how you use it, and then you just like let it dry. But there's more in here. The same brand, the Nicholson's Peerless Transparent Watercolors, Pretty and Pink, and there's 6 dry sheet colors. Oh no, I just dropped them. Oh boy, is that what they're called? Dry sheets? There's a few there and a few there, but what? Do they come out this color? I'm so confused. I don't want to like accidentally mess them up, but I mean, I guess they're meant to be used, right? Wow, that's a lot of color payoff for that tiny bit. All right, I guess it is that pink color. That is super interesting. I would have never guessed by looking at it that it was that bright. I mean, I didn't even pick up any more, and look how far it's going. It has like a lot of different dimension to it. Very, very, very pretty. And then in here are some watercolor paintbrushes as well. So you put water in there. That way you don't have to keep dipping your brush in water each time. Okay, so there's more of these containers, but it looks like they're not all watercolor. This one is, oh, it's that Yupo or Yupo glossy paper. There was some full books of these, and people were telling me that they're really good for alcohol inks and maybe watercolor. I don't remember, but there's a bunch of little ones in here, maybe good for card making. These next two have more metal dies. I didn't expect to see those in here, but I guess you never know what you're gonna find. We've had bins and bins full of these, and if you're not familiar with what these are, they run through what's called a die cutting machine, and they cut shapes out of paper. So this is a whole set of frames. So they end up cutting sheets of paper that, you know, match the frame, and people use them for card making and scrapbook and all sorts of stuff. There's not just frames though, there's all sorts of different animals and flowers and greenery and abstract things and borders and anything you could think of. So it's nice to see a bunch more of these in here. Look at that one, that's really cute. This one is labeled striplet, so it looks like there's a bunch of die cutting strips in here. Oh, and look, here's an example of what it looks like. So it would cut the shape out, and you could use cardstock, paper. Apparently some of the more heavy duty ones can also be used with things like fabric and leather. So very, very fun. This will be very much appreciated in our shop. Wait, there is more watercolor. Okay, hold on. So this is gouache. I actually use gouache like a watercolor. So what I do is I squeeze it out into a palette, let it dry, and then reactivate it with water. This is a nice brand though. This is Royal and Langnickel. So there are several different colors in here. Very excited to find those. I have quite a collection of watercolors and gouache already, so I will pass this on to someone in our shop who will be very happy to find it. And then it looks like there is a bunch of watercolor palettes in here as well. This one is Pinelli Quality Art Supplies. Oh, I have maybe this exact one, something very similar to that. This is Low Cornell, made in Germany. Wow, that looks like it was very well loved. And then this is just, I think, Simply Art. Just looks like a basic palette. Ooh, that might actually be creams, not watercolor. Or maybe it is watercolor. They're kind of metallic. And a single distress crayon. I think I found a collection of these earlier, so I'll add that to those. Man, this one's just getting better and better. I can't believe what we're finding in here. And we haven't even touched the markers yet. Giant pad of Ranger Archival ink and Big and Juicy by Foliage. This is Gilder's paste, I assume for those gilding flakes that we had found in a previous bin, by Baroque Art. Very cool. And what is in here? Some random goodies. There are eyelets from Joann's. Ooh, some little charm pieces. That one looks like it's a lizard or something. Hold on. Pretty cool. Oh my gosh, wait, there's a tiny seahorse. He's so little. Oh my gosh, I love seahorses. And so I might have to keep this tiny little trinket as a reminder of all of these wonderful bins. But I was actually excited for these because they look a lot like the watercolor I have up there. Mine are Dr. P.H. Martin's Hydrus. They're liquid watercolor, but this is acrylic art ink in primary colors. So I'm not quite sure exactly what these are used for, but there is a whole bunch in here. It looks like we have black, red, yellow, green, blue, and white. And then there's a tiny little aqua ink, watercolor ink. I wonder if these are for watercolor. I'll have to look them up and see. I don't know, it says quick drying, permanent, and water resistant. Maybe it's just ink. Very fun. Next we have Carrot Aquarelle Watercolor Crayons by Statler. I think that's how you say it. I've seen this brand before. I think it's one of the nicer ones. I think they make paper as well. I've seen watercolor pencils and like gelatos, but I haven't seen very many watercolor crayons, so that's really fun. All right, here's some of the markers. These are by Craft Gear. Let's see if we could swatch a couple real quick. A little paper we were watercoloring on earlier, and they are still good. Very nice. Pretty nice tip on them. Lots of colors to choose from. Then we have alcohol markers by Perfected Artist Quality. It looks like these are already swatched, which is kind of neat. Look at all those pretty colors. I don't know why, but like markers and watercolor and just anything rainbow and pretty makes me so happy. It just brightens up my day. Let's see if we can test one of these as well. Oh wow, those have a very long tip. Ooh, those look really nice. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to decide what I'm gonna keep because it's hard to pass all of this up. But I know it's gonna do well in the shop, so I will give myself one or two treats here because I don't know. It just looks like so much fun. I have some alcohol markers. Maybe I don't need these. Maybe I don't need these. Convince me I don't need them, or maybe convince me I do need them. I don't know. Are you all enablers? Whoa. Okay, that's kind of cool. Chinese brush book and kit. Very fun. Includes a full color book and 2 Chinese brushes and a bottle of calligraphy ink. I have 1 calligraphy pen and I think 1 or 2 little inks. Not something I've really gotten into, but definitely awesome. Found a penny. All right, here's what I was getting to. The markers, and it looks like there's a bunch of different brands in here. It is completely taped shut, but I see Prisma and some others. So let's get this open. Man, I really wanted this sealed. All right. Oh my gosh, look at all these. Prismacolor, Soho Studio, Self-Made Creative. Looks like those are the main brands. There's some Artist Loft as well. And this seems to be a lot of like blues and greens. I wonder if the one underneath it is more reds and pinks and purples. We'll probably separate these out by brand, or maybe we'll sell them individually. I don't know. The last ones were kind of hit and miss. Some of them sold as sets and some of them sold better as singles. But either way, it's always nice to have some high quality alcohol markers. And they're in these quick boxes, which I really like, but I don't know if I'm maybe able to get all this tape off of here. And yeah, it looks like the next ones are the pinks, reds, and oranges. So this one has a few swatches in here, which is nice. And it looks like it's a lot of those same brands. So the first ones that we had found, I think, were Spectrum Noir. So it's nice to see some different ones. This is super, super exciting. Again, all the colors just make me so happy. And who doesn't love a good marker? And if this bin couldn't get any better, this is all alcohol ink. Now, I was very lucky because I had been looking for some And in the last couple of bins, there was enough for me to get a pretty nice collection and have a ton of dupes to sell in the store. So I will go through these. I think I have most colors at this point, but whatever are duplicates will end up selling in the shop, and the rest will go into my collection, which I have some videos coming up where I want to play with alcohol ink, art journaling, and of course greeting card making, which is my favorite hobby, and some watercolor, as you saw earlier. I love doing watercolor florals, so that will be a whole thing as well. So make sure to follow and subscribe so you don't miss the next unbinning and you don't miss any of those art and craft videos.